Hello and welcome to another reading with myself. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to look at what is coming up for me. So again, it's a pick a card reading, so we have group 1, 2 and 3. So if you can take a deep breath, drop into your heart center energy, and please pick whatever group that you are most drawn to. I hope this reading resonates for you. Blessed be, love and light. Hi and welcome to all those that chose group number 1 for the reading of what is coming up for you. So taking a look first, reflecting on the past, we have the 7 of materials and the 3 of materials that have come up here. The 7 of materials speaks of you really taking some time out to assess your situation and really begin to plan on where you want to go next. The material can speak of the more practical side of life, so financial, living situation, or to do with work and job. So really having options as well though, so you're in a positive position, a position of having choices and options, and really just assessing like what is going to be your next move from here. With alongside this, the 3 of materials, so more earth energy, more pentacles and materials represents the pentacle suit in this deck. This is about collaborating with colleagues, so maybe again with work, that deepening connections with them or starting new working relationships. Or if this is more in resonates for your relationships, it's really about perhaps receiving some help from friends, family, loved ones on a practical level, or you reaching out to others as well to help them in that situation. So the word collaboration really comes to mind and comes off this energy of these cards. So to look a bit deeper into that, I'm just going to clarify the cards as well. So we've got the Page of Cups here, which is about an offering. This speaks of an offering from someone. It can speak of a romantic offer, with it being the cup suit, so that may resonate, or it could be with it being alongside these 7 of materials and the 3 of materials, a job offer perhaps, or an invitation of some kind. It's a positive card, and I would suggest that it's giving you really food for thought. We'll pull one more card here just to look into that a bit further. Okay, so the King of Cups. So really just reiterating this point of an offer that feels this person has good energy, positive energy, and I would encourage you, if it feels right for you, to accept this offer. Maybe you were on a certain road, and this is in a way thrown a spanner in the works and changed things for you, turned things a bit upside down and given you a new option which you hadn't really even considered. But it seems to be something that could definitely offer you some emotional fulfillment. So really think carefully about this offer and this option that's come towards you. Moving on to the present, the current situation, we have the 7 of Voices and the Ace of Voices. Now the 7 of Voices can speak of non-truths, so the fox being present here in this card, representing the the trickster energy that comes along with this card. So it's nothing to be scared of, but something to be aware of. So maybe someone or a situation, it's really asking you to stay alert and be aware and be mindful of who you put your trust in. The Ace of Voices alongside with this as well reminds us about clear communication. So being very clear about how you say things, how you word things. So if people wanted to almost purposely misunderstand or misconstrue what you're saying, that you've got that backup. So if things need to be put in writing, so emails, so you've got a paper trail. Ace of Voices is about new beginnings, so moving on from here, perhaps that's that forward movement. With it being an ace, it's always about new beginnings, but be very clear about your communication, what you want, stay true to yourself, speaking your truth, and be mindful and wary of people who won't be aligned in that same kind of energy and may try to trip you up. So just to clarify a bit further as well, the Seven of Voices here. Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is quite a full-on energy. There is, I would say, alongside this Seven of Voices as well, there could be some immaturity from someone who is around you, and that's where this kind of mistrust and trickster energy is coming from. So it could be a fire sign. The Knight of Wands represents the fire element, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it's really just that youthful energy as well. So someone who is maybe younger than you or has a more immature energy, but to be mindful of them. It doesn't seem that they really, there's not their intent isn't to harm, but it's just quite a chaotic, disruptive energy as well. Someone who really needs to be, boundaries need to be clear, boundaries need to be set, so everyone knows exactly where they stand. So again, reiterating here back to the Ace of Voices about communicating clearly, you know, if it's necessary to say no, say that, you know, that's not how I want to work, or that's not how I operate. Just make that really clear to this person and this energy, to just hold that line and hold your boundaries with this person. So just looking at this Eight of Voices, a bit deeper into this as well to clarify. Okay, so the Page of Wands is just really this very similar energy. I just feel like it's doubled up really on talking about this person or this energy. Page of Wands, so more fiery, kind of disruptive energy with the Page of Wands. But the Page of Wands is a bit more reflective, so taking that time just to assess and reflect. So I feel like this is you kind of watching the situation, watching this person, and really assessing and seeing what the best move and the best way to deal and handle with this person that you are completely capable of. Absolutely, there's no need to be intimidated by this person, this energy. I feel like you have the upper hand ultimately, but it's a bit like a small child who just needs some boundaries set really. So moving on now to the future, so we've got the Three of Emotions here. So the Three of Emotions, it can speak of traditionally like a third party situation. So that could be something that resonates with you. But it's really on a more positive note, it can be a social time, again, sort of this collaboration feeling, but in a more joyful celebration kind of energy, so a lighter energy and a more emotionally fulfilling energy as well. I'm just going to clarify it and see what other energy that it's bringing in with it. I feel like it could be really a deepening of bonds as well, with colleagues, with friends, after going through a certain situation maybe. It feels like I keep hearing deepening of bonds, so that's the energy coming from this card here. Yeah, so 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands is after you've come through a difficult time, so you might be feeling weary. You've really, you've fought a good few battles and you know that there is more to come. But it's about taking that time out of just to reflect and feeling like you need a bit more rest. And with this 9 of Emotions, I feel like that's maybe to reach out to friends in just in a social way really as well, or friends that you would can relax with and speak your truth with and feel and have that trust. And so that's going to help you. There's going to be more of that coming up, and that's going to really help you through some of the challenges that you've been through in the past. So it's okay to take that time out. It doesn't all have to be all work and no play. That's what I'm hearing as well. So take some time to play, have some fun. Then we've got the Page of Materials here. So this is forward movement, not fast, blustery forward movement, but calm, centered, real, progressive movement, but slow moving, so it would require patience. But it's saying that things are moving forward in the right direction here. So any plans or ideas that you have or do want, there is going to be forward movement and progression. So if you've got any fears or worries about that, be reassured that you will get to where you want to go. Just stay focused and really have patience. That's what I'm hearing as well. So after this is more movement options, blustery energy that's coming through, having to hold your ground, and then there's this sense of kind of a time out. Don't just focus on work, and then the things will unfold. That hard work that you have put in, you will reap the rewards. Just going to clarify this Page of Wands. So we've got the Queen of Wands here. So this really speaks to me about achievements and getting to that place where you really want to be, like almost ascending up a level. So to the Queen of Wands, so like I said, through dealing with these challenges, this trickster energy and the hard work and choices, taking advantage of opportunities that you have done in the past, really going for it, is going to bring you to this place of really where in your mind's eye, where you see yourself, you go into that dream. That the Queen of Wands is very ambitious. She's a fantastic leader. She's passionate. She doesn't hold back. She's forthright. People admire her. They look up to her. Like I say, she is a leader. So that's really fantastic energy to come in with that, and I feel like that's the goal. And in the near future, this energy alongside the Page of Materials, that's where you're heading, and that's really the energy that you needed to be leading forward with as well. So don't shy away, don't shrink yourself, don't try to make yourself smaller. The Queen of Wands is really about pushing doors open, speaking from the heart, not being ashamed about being passionate about what you care about. You know, we can often be told that we're too emotional, but really when we say emotional, that's just passion, that's just caring about things that matter to us, whatever area of your life that may be. But it really suggests that if you keep going in the direction that you have been and dealing with these challenges, that you are going to ascend to that level and really reach that place that you hold in your mind's eye. So keep thinking about that energy, keep your eye on the prize, so to speak, and you will get there. You are going in the right direction. Hi, and welcome all to those that picked group number 2 for what is coming up for you. So initially, starting off looking to the past of where you've come from, we have the Queen of Voices and the Page of Voices. So these cards really speak about having to make a head over heart decision, and to really, in order to make the best choices for yourself, your heart may have wanted something else, but you knew in your mind, in your head, that you had to break away from a situation. The Queen of Voices is about cutting ties with negative situations or people that we know are no longer good for us, and something may have become toxic. Our heart is still, you know, we may have love for them or still be very invested in a situation and wanted something to come out differently than what it did. But reaching that point really inside yourself where you know that things aren't going to change if you stay where you are, and if you stay in contact with this person or keep the situation as it is, whatever it may be, having to make that difficult decision to cut ties. That can be very painful, but ultimately it is an empowering thing to do. It builds personal power, integrity, all that good stuff. It helps us move towards that, but we all know how painful it is to having to cut something off that because things didn't work out the way that we so wanted them to. Page of Voices really reiterates that, having to speak some truth, some harsh truths perhaps as well, and really also this card always speaks to me about reaching out to friends or other people who have been supportive as well to you making this change and making this difficult decision. So reaching out to people, maybe asking their opinion, and then really helping you by backing you up with saying, yes, like I think you're right to do that, and now is the right time to kind of make that change. I'm just going to clarify these cards further just to get any more information that there may be as well. Yeah. So the Five of Pentacles here, this really depicts two people being bound in quite a negative situation and not really helping each other by staying in this connection. So it's a card of struggle really, and can speak of a codependent relationship. This could even be, you know, in a work situation that, you know, we can invest so much in our work life as well and give too much of ourselves and feel used up and deprived really, ultimately, because we're not getting back what we're putting in. Or it could be, you know, speak of a romantic relationship or any dynamic that resonates for you, but it's that feeling of putting too much in and not getting anything back, and holding both the dynamic, just holding each other or yourself in that kind of negative place of just not being fulfilled from it and having to walk away. Off the back of that, so moving more into your current situation, so you may already be experiencing this or it's coming up for you soon, but we've got an awakening card. So this is fantastic positive energy alongside the Queen of Inspiration here. So really the light to the dark of this situation here. So through these difficult choices and actions that you've had to make, there has been an awakening inside of you. So like I spoke of before, that sense of empowerment, just seeing things really in a much different light, and maybe uncovering more layers from the past of what was really going on, and how it's affected you as well, and really getting a whole new perspective on things as well through this awakening of seeing things completely differently maybe to what you once did. Queen of Inspiration here, so this is beautiful card which again speaks of empowerment, and it's about being the Queen of Inspiration is incredibly passionate, driven, a leader. She isn't scared to speak her truth. She's quite feisty, fiery as well. So really getting that energy, not shying away from voicing what you love, what you believe in, what you want as well. You know, really speaking about, this is what I want and I'm going to go for it as well. So the naysayers, really fighting back to that and shutting them down. So perhaps that's a place where you've come from people not believing in you, and you really reached in that place of believing in yourself really, and it doesn't matter what those people felt or do, say and feel. And really having that self-belief from making that difficult decision to break away. Let's just clarify these cards a bit further. So alongside this awakening, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So this could be someone positive actually coming into your life. The Knight of Pentacles is about grounded offers, so not things of people, you know, saying this and that and not really being able to back up the promises. The Knight of Pentacles, it is more slow moving than the other energies of maybe the Knight of Wands, for example. You know, comes rushing in full of this and that and promises, and it's exciting and big. But the Knight of Pentacles is the antithesis of that. They are calm, they are grounded, but what they offer is you know, is bricks and mortar, is truth, is reality, and they've got everything to back that up. It may take a bit more patience to get to where you want to go, but the progress that you do make is real. So that could be you. This could resonate for your energy now, that alongside this awakening of this progress that you're making is now feels very real, feels very grounded in your truth and what you want. Or it could be more that you've moved into, because of the decisions that you've made, that the people that are coming into your life, or someone significant here, is making you an offer that I say is much more real and positive than what you've been offered in the past. I'm going to look at this Queen of Inspiration, clarify that. So here is the Knight of Wands. So funnily enough, that's just what I was speaking of, the Knight of Wands before. So maybe this is someone who this kind of energy resonates for you. So someone who's been significant in the past. With them popping up here, I think maybe with your progress and this movement forward, and maybe with this offer, either it being your progress or an offer from someone else, that this person's going to come back, reach out to you and spin a story for you to try and pull you back into that old energy. So be really mindful of that, because I think it's very significant that I spoke of them and then here they are. So there's a person, so this could be an old boss or an old relationship or something that you've broken away from in the past, that is can see you, you know, it's always the way, once they can see that we're doing well without them, progressing, then that will make them insecure, and that they don't want to see us succeed more often than not. So they'll pop up, and then I imagine come in with some new idea, some fantastic, opportunity, fantastic in, quotations there, supposedly, that they'll try and bring you back into. So please be mindful of this, and I would say expect this as well. So prepare yourself for that. Moving on to the future, so we've got the Chariot and the Ten of Materials. Really, such positive energy here. The Chariot, so this is forward movement, charging forward. As we can see here, there's all these horses just racing forward to. So this would suggest to me that the energy is going to pick up. So the Knight of Pentacles, that's more slow moving, and then suddenly with the Chariot here, it's a major arcana, so something significant change is going to happen, and the energy is going to start getting faster. So prepare yourself, be ready for that. Things are going to start moving quicker. Really with the Ten of Materials to where you want to be. So the Ten of Materials is about financial security. It's about getting your dream job or a house that you've always wanted, a relationship you've wanted. It's really about having your having it together, having it all together. So that place that we all often often think about, and where we're kind of trying to get to. The Ten of Materials is really that in a card there. It's really having in this reality, the financial side, the practical side, that relationship, whatever it may be for you. It's about really reaching that goal. I'm just going to clarify these cards again. So we've got another major arcana coming in here. So significant things are going to be happening in the future. Big things are going to be happening for you. The Hierophant here is about, can speak of marriage. So it could be a proposal for you, or it could be the proposal of, a new job, a promotion, etc. And it's really about, the Hierophant is a time to really play by the rules. So don't try to, reinvent the wheel in any way. It's really stick to what you know, and it will get you to where you want to be. So having to, this is a time of currently of really breaking out and breaking free, and maybe doing things a little bit differently. Once things get moving, really stick to what you know and don't deviate too much far away from that as well. So this card speaks of traditions, so sticking to what you know works, what you've learned in the past, and sticking to that, and that will keep propelling you forward and get you to where you want to be. I'm just going to clarify finally this Ten of Materials here. Got the Six of Pentacles. So this is a card about balance, about being in a place as well that you can help others at this time as well. So perhaps reaching a place of success for yourself, where then you're actually able to reach out and help others. So it's also about equal give and take, because if we look, it echoes back to this Five of Pentacles, which specifically came out to me that there was an imbalance in this dynamic, in this relationship. And the Six of Pentacles is about balance, about equal give and take. So again, this is a very positive card, and so experiencing that with your work maybe, or that you are getting back what you're giving in, or in a relationship finally you're kind of at that place where there seems to be equal reciprocity there between you and this significant other person, be it a boss, a relationship, or whatever the dynamic may be. Hello and welcome to all those that chose group number 3 for what is coming up for me reading. So initially starting off here, we have looking to the past and where you've came from. We have the Muse of Voices alongside the Four of Emotions. So the Muse of Voices is, what speaks to me is a time of expansion, so a very expansive card and about throwing off those ties that are holding you back. There are no kings in this deck, but this card relates to the King of Swords in the traditional tarot, and that's really about a head over heart situation a lot of the time, but really cutting ties with the things and the people that bind us and that are holding us back. So really what speaks to me from this card is about throwing away, throwing off those negative people, situations that are holding us back, and really focusing, not being selfish because that has negative connotations, but doing what's right for us and not being overly sensitive or worried about looking after other people's emotions, really having to do what's right for you regardless of the consequences. Really, the Four of Emotions, so this alongside this is card can speak of feeling rejected. So this could be those closest to you, or maybe from these actions that you've taken, that you have caused unintentionally, really, for other people close to you, colleagues, loved ones, to feel like you no longer want or need what they are offering. I'm just going to clarify these cards to look into it a bit deeper. I feel as well it's like this time of transformation and of cutting ties. It's because you felt dissatisfied as well. You felt stuck. It wasn't enough what people were offering you, and what they were able to offer you wasn't enough, or just wasn't what you needed or wanted at this time. And you've really kind of just reached that point of feeling like, do you know what, I've kind of had enough, and I need to, life is short and I just need to go for what I want, and I want more, really. So just going to clarify this Muse of Voices. We've got the Knight of Wands, so I'd interpret that of action as well. It's not always the most thought out or directive of actions or planned, but it's just that kind of, I need change and I'm going forward regardless of the consequences, really. And that fiery, inspired energy of wanting more and wanting something new, and that needing to feel inspired again as well. There is an element of chaos, really, in this energy as well. It's a bit of a whirlwind and a tornado. There's a feeling of frustration that I'm getting from this card as well, of that you just really want change, and where you've come from and where you've been at, it just hasn't been enough for you, and it hasn't been emotionally fulfilling. So this could be those closest to you, Four of Emotions, feeling kind of rejected, or it could be that sense of you just feeling like it's just not enough what you've been receiving, or it could be both of those things. So just to clarify though what that'll be. Yeah, so the Knight of Cups speaks of further about our emotions and about fulfillment, and this is about an offering. And I feel alongside this and with this collection of cards here, that what was being offered wasn't enough. So it was time to really make changes and move forward. So we've moved forward now here, so the present, or what may be happening now, or what is coming up for you. We have the Five of Inspirations alongside the Nine of Materials. The Five of Inspirations can speak of conflict, so not deep, painful conflict, but more that kind of arguments, blustering energy, disagreements, internal conflict as well as external. I'm just going to clarify and get a bit more information about this. Maybe you might feel as well after this desire to want more and want change, but there's an inner conflict here of where, you know, exactly how do I make that happen? What changes do I need to make? And feeling split in all these different directions. We can see in this card here there's 5 different people here, all kind of wanting different things, different perspectives, different ideas. So that could be the external options of where of what direction do I go in now, but also internally that internal struggle of what next, having a million ideas and not being certain of which one really is the best option to go for. Quite a restless energy. So we've got a major arcana here, we've got the strength card, so it's really just about holding strong now, holding tight, you know, enduring this time of when we make changes. There is naturally, of course, going to be a time of confusion, of insecurity, of not knowing what or who to believe in, sort of at this time really. So to get through that, it requires some inner strength and just really holding tight, holding strong, not making any rash decisions. Wait until things settle down, the dust settles, and it will become clear what the next step is for you. Because we've got the Nine of Materials here, which is a beautiful card, which is about wish fulfillment. Literally, that's what this card can speak of, about independence, financially, in the practical realm with materials, so having that independence and autonomy. But it's a really joyous card. You can see the woman here, that she's really quite ecstatic. So, and she's made that change and the positive outcome, you know, how she imagined it has materialized. So if you can hold on throughout this perhaps time of confusion and conflict and hustle and bustle, and maybe even conflict with those around you as well, people doubting you even as well, but you know in your heart of hearts that you needed to make this change. So the Nine of Materials, this is clarified by the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is new information coming in, so information coming in quickly, and a lot of it as well. So expect that to happen if it hasn't already. I feel like this is going to be some positive news or clarification about that's going to really confirm about these choices that you've made in the past was the right thing to do, and it's going to clear up some of this confusion that you may be experiencing now about what direction to go in and what choice to make. Some new information will be coming in, which is then going to lead on to this reveal, so to speak, of the next step that you need to take, that's going to bring you closer to your truth, closer to something that's more emotionally fulfilling. So moving on to the future of what is going to be coming up for you, we have the Six of Voices here, which is a card about moving forward, sometimes with feelings of regret and a sense of sadness and a sense of loss, but really knowing in your heart of hearts that it is time to move forward and to move on. So really from a reiteration of the place that you've come from, and this desire for change, this need for change and wanting more, and then really making that break away. There's a connection here, so there's a significant person that I feel like that this reading is speaking about. So there's a significant person who has really caused this sense of not fulfillment, not fulfilling you, not giving you enough emotionally, and ultimately you having to, at the moment at least, create some distance and move on from that. I'm just going to clarify this as well. The connection's still very much there between you and this person, but there's distance now, and that needed to happen. So it might be even just an emotional distance. It doesn't mean that just you've had to protect yourself, or it could literally mean that you're having to walk away from a situation or from someone. So we've got the Three of Pentacles here, which really speaks to me about reach out and lean on people that you know can help you at this time as well, because this card is about collaboration. So whilst this distance and this change is going on, what's going to help you through that situation is the connection to those. So there could be some new people coming in, or a deepening of a bond with someone who's already in your life, but the relationship is going to get stronger and you're going to get more out of it. So be open to that. Don't close yourself off and put everything on this one situation or this one person. There are other people in your life, or who will be coming in, who has something positive and productive to offer you and to give you. So that's something that can be shared, and that's really what's going to be enabling you to make that break and make that change from someone or something that's not giving you enough. There are people and situations out there that can give you more and are able to offer you what you need. Ultimately, this leads us on to this Death card, which is about transformation. So a significant transformation. If you can pull through and continue going down this road of wanting more and asking for more, there is going to be huge transformation within yourself and within your life. So Death card often, can scare people. It's ultimately a very positive card, and it's about the butterfly here that we can see that breaks out of the chrysalis, the restrictions, things that are no longer healthy for us fall away and we break free. But that process can be challenging, can be difficult. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles here. So this is about real offers, about genuine offers, things that are grounded in reality. So not speaking of things that things that can sound amazing, but then people, when it gets down to it, can't actually back it up. So these ideas and people will spin something that sounds amazing, but actually when it comes down to it, they haven't got the goods really to offer you. But this Knight of Pentacles would never offer anything that they don't know is actually the truth. It's based in reality, is something real. So it requires patience. So the Knight of Pentacles is slow moving, so it does require patience, but that's really the aim of the game, to get where you want, to those steps that they may move slowly, but they are about real progression. Just going to clarify that. Yeah, so the Six of Wands, this is a card of victory. So if you can hold on and keep going on this path, this road, have the patience, endure that, then you will, with this Death card of transformation, you will be victorious. So hold tight and keep going.